Hello guys, so since we've created the backend for our searching function, now we'll go to the Xcode and we will develop fetching the users. Okay, so we're going back to our Xcode and the step number one will be to search the users or to find the users. So we'll create a new function which is, let's say, search users, open and close round brackets, and then open curly brackets. Okay, so in the curly brackets, this function will be sending HTTP request to fetch users from the database. Okay, great. So as you remember, the step number one is, as always, to use the safe method to access the ID of current user. So that for that purpose, we'll write guard let ID equals to current user question mark square brackets, then a quotation marks. In the square brackets, we write ID. Else we want to return this. Okay, here we are accessing ID of current user. Okay, very good. So then we're going. After that, we definitely will require the name. Okay, so we write name equals to search bar. Actually, what we will do the best is just copy whatever we wrote inside the search user, and here we will write before the number of rows. Here we'll write a new function which will be search bar text did change. Search bar text did change. That is the one. Okay. This function called whenever we typed any letter in the search bar. Okay. So then we'll insert it here and we'll not create a separate function for this. Okay. Going back to that method. So, okay, let's now access the name that we're searching. It will be the text in the search bar. Search bar dot text exclamation mark. Okay. This is name we want to find. Great. Then we will prepare HTTP request, or we will prepare request to be sent to the server. Okay, so we'll declare the URL. Let URL equals to URL capital. Open the round bracket. Select the method with the string. And here we'll make the reference to our file, which is http // localhost /FB for Facebook and then it was friends.php. So we can make sure that this is the right one. I'll just copy and I paste this. Yeah, that is the right one. Okay, so that's our URL. Then we'll create the body for the URL. Let body equals to, then quotation marks. In the quotation marks, we'll write first action equals to search, and name will be equals to / open and close round brackets. In the round brackets, we'll make a reference to the name. Coming out from the round bracket, and we'll put and symbol. Then ID equals to / open and close round brackets. In the round brackets, we make the reference to our constant, which is ID. Then we will declare limit equals to / open and close round brackets, and again and offset equals to / open and close round brackets. Okay, we'll now create these two variables here, and we'll create here var limit will be, let's say, 15. Var offset will be equals to, or we can say skip, initially it will be equals to 0. Okay, so in limit we are writing here, we're making reference to limit, and offset we're making here the reference to the skip. Okay, very good. So then after we'll create a variable request will be equals to URL request. Open the round bracket, select the method with the URL, and for the URL line here for the constant, put at the end exclamation mark. And here, let's make a reference to our URL variable. Great. Then we need to declare the body of the request. Request equals to HTTP body will be equals to body dot data using .utf8 encoding. Then we'll write request HTTP method will be equals to post. Okay, very good. And then we will run the session URL session.share.datatask with the URL with the request. Then here with the request which we created, completion data for data, response for response, error for the error. Okay, and as usual, don't forget here to put .resume, and in the URL session we will dispatch queue. So we'll write dispatch queue.main.asynchronously. This is where running request. Okay, so first of all we'll check for the errors. If error equals is not nil, then opening curly brackets, right here return. This is in case of error happened. Then we'll want to check for the JSON, right here do and catch, open and close curly brackets. Inside the do here means no errors, so we'll want to save downcast this data. So we'll write guard let data equals to the data which we receive from the server, else open and close curly brackets, in the curly brackets write return. Okay, this is safe mode of accessing data received from the server. Very good. And here we'll create a new variable which is a JSON will be equals to try JSON serialization dot JSON object with the data our data, and options will be allow fragments. Very good. And we'll want to cast it as an NS dictionary, as question mark NS dictionary. Okay, brilliant. Then this is we are converting data to JSON, and here we will write safe mode of accessing JSON. Okay, we will write guard let parsed JSON will be equals to JSON in the square brackets, then in the quotation marks we'll write users because this is the value which we want to access, as question mark and then array of the NS dictionary, and else open and close curly brackets, and this write return. Okay, good. Since there are going to be a lot of users, that's why we are putting it array of the NS dictionary. And here don't forget to put question mark. Okay, very good. So now I need to have one array which will store all the users. Okay, we're scrolling right to the top. This one will be searched users object. And here we will create two variables. First one will be var users equals to, in the square brackets we'll write NS dictionary open and close round brackets, and the second one will be array of the image. Var equals to avas equals to, in the square brackets we'll write UI image coming out from the square brackets, then open and close round brackets. Okay, so since we could successfully access our parsed JSON, then what we want to do is we'll write here self dot users equals to parsed JSON. Okay, save accessed JSON means users in our array. Okay, great. And after that, we definitely want to reload the table. Search table view dot reload data. Update table view. This is what we have done. Update search table view. And here, catch we will also write return. Okay, let's now go to the home view controller. Okay, so this is a home view controller, and I will scroll to the function which is load post, that is the one. Here, I'll just copy this helper alert message. I'll just copy this instead of rewriting it. Okay, so we're coming back to our friends VC, and for the error, I'll insert here server error. I'll just insert it. This is how it will always use server error if there is a problem with the running the request. Then here will be data error, and here it will be JSON error. Okay, 3 levels: server error, data error, and JSON error. Okay, very good. And also what we need to do is we need to implement the function which is called pagination. Here, don't forget to remove this exclamation mark. Okay, home VC. Okay, so 3 levels of the show alert message is done, and then definitely we will go with the pagination function. Okay, we're going back to our friends VC, and here, right after we have assigned everything to the user, then we'll write self.skip will be equals to parsed JSON dot count. Or instead of parsed JSON, we can write users like this, and here we'll write users dot count. Okay, here update skip value for further load means skip already loaded users. Okay, as you remember, we have done the pagination as well, where we're doing exactly everything the same, but we just finally then append the users. What we will do now, we will use the same technique of accessing the scroll view, which allowed us to load. That is the one. Okay, so we can simply copy this, and we can simply use this one even. Okay, we're going back to our friends VC, and here I'll write scroll view, or I just copy and paste scroll view did scroll, and table view will replace with the searched table view. And then we must here include, we must create a one variable which will be of type include, and here it will remove it to be overridden. Okay, so we'll create now is loading value. These will be integers, and now we will create boolean object var is loading equals, initially it will be equals to false. Okay, so we are now going to the search bar. That is the one, the change text. So initially we'll cast it as true whenever we're doing something. And in case if the errors, it will be false, means in case of the errors, it will not be loading. Okay, and here, if error is nil, is not nil, then it will be false. If there is a problem with the data, it will be false as well. And then if there is a problem with the JSON casting, it will be also equals false. And after reloading this, it will be equals false after reloading the data. And then once the error is caught, then it will be also false. Okay, we can now build and run our project. It will be built without any issues. Okay, instead of, we will now write a new function which will be load more, open and close round. You can just simply copy this and write here func and insert this, open and close curly brackets. Okay, here means load more users if scrolled down. And we can now build this. It will be built without any issue. This skip and limit will replace with the integer. Here we must write self. Okay, what we will do is we'll just simply copy the content of this search bar text change. We'll just simply copy this and we'll insert it in the load more. Okay, brilliant. We're gonna make the following changes in the code, and this is what we have already done. Everything will keep the same except the following. Till here, from here to down, we'll just remove this. Okay, and after we use a safe mode of accessing the JSON's users here, then here we will write just a little different logic. So first of all, we'll write self.users.append contents of user. So we are now appending and not making equal. Add in existing array with data, more data. Okay, very good. So this is the first step. Then increment skip means, or increment offset means skip all previously loaded users. And here we will write simply self.skip plus equals users.count. So it means increment this value by the total newly loaded users. Amazing. And then we have the update table view, but now we're going to do it in the little bit different way. So we'll write self.search table view means insert new cells. Self.search table view begin updates. And here we'll write for I in 0 dot dot dot. Sorry, 2 dots, and less than users.count. Open now curly brackets. Let's create now the index. Let last index, or you can just simply copy it from the home view controller. In case if you want, we can do this. I'll go to the load more function. That is the one. So we'll just copy this block of code which we have already wrote, and we'll insert it here. Okay, great. Here table view will replace with the search table view. All the table views here will replace with the searched table view. Okay, so I'll just take you through. Posts.count will replace it with the users.count. And here we'll make here one more reference. We would like to access our search bar, by the way, which with the load more we're actually unable to do this. So what I will do is here, that is the one, let search bar. I will just cut this and I will include it here. And I will change it from let search bar to var search bar. So this is what I will do. Then I'm coming back to our load more function. And here it has the access because now it's the variable of this class. Okay, so what we've done there here, we have started updating the table view, means we are open the door for the update. Then for every single new user which got loaded, which every single new, let's say 10 was loaded, then we scroll down the table view, then pagination got executed, then it will load, let's say 10 more users. So for every single user, it will find out the last cell's position, section position. This is we have only one section, so this no use of this. Then it will find out the last cell's position, then it will create the path to this position, and it will insert row to this position, and then it will close the door of the updates, means end updates. So this is how it works. Okay, we're actually done with writing this request, and as the next step we will go to show all of this inside of our application. Let's go into this.